There's also pets.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the World Series of Board Gaming. It's day 2. We are about to see the final game of Lost Ruins of Arnak. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. My name's Paula Deming from Things Get Dicey. It's so nice to be here with the designers of Lost Ruins of Arnak, Min and Elwin. This is so cool.
Yes, it is. I'm so happy to be here. It's incredible.
Yeah, like every time we see people playing our game, it's exciting.
Yeah, how does it feel to be watching like a very high stakes game of your game being played?
Yeah, I love it.
It's incredible. Like when we published the game, it was the 2020. It was when the pandemic
Yeah.
hit, and so we knew the game's becoming popular, but we haven't seen anyone playing it on tables.
It was,
There was
Right.
no
it felt
convention or nothing.
unreal.
And now to see players just competing here, it's so exciting to us.
Yeah, and we have a really impressive group of players here for this final game. We're going to tell you just a little bit about them. I'm going to adjust the volume on. See, are they talking? I don't know. You might be able to hear them. They're not saying anything. But that's what we're here for. So in seat 1, we have Antoine. He is here all the way from Sydney, Australia. So he might win the award for farthest travel, I think. So that's something. That's something that he can take home with him. In seat number 2, we have JC, who is here from Seattle. And in seat number 3, we have Nick Henning, who is from Maryland, but is here representing Rooks, the game store Rooks, in Montana. One cool thing is you can see everyone's faces, you can see where they're sat, you can see their player boards, but we also have a card cam on Nick. So we'll be able to see what he's got right now. We just see his like contemplative thinking hands right there, but we'll be able to cut back and forth to that. So as they're getting ready to go here, what do y'all expect to happen in this game? Do you think, is it going to be like particularly high scoring? Do you have any idea in your head of how you think this is going to go?
That's very hard to say because when you have better players playing against each other, the scores actually may get lower because they may be blocking each other, you know, and undercutting their strategy. So
Yeah, I don't expect to score that over 100 points. Like that can happen only when you can kind of like exploit the situation. But
Yeah.
they will be very careful not to let the
these
opponents.
are really good players.
Yeah, they're going to be tight. They're going to be trying to not let anyone else run away with the score. Let's listen in. I think they're starting. I'm going to listen in here and see. Starting around their turns. I just heard Nick making a comment about this is how it's all going to go. I'm going to take forever. Everyone's like, it's okay. Think about it. It's okay. Yeah, Nick said, oh yeah, every move is going to take long. Well, don't take too long, fellas.
Feel it.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Buying
play.
immediately there from Nick. Now, he did say when we talked to him before the game started that something he likes to focus on in this game is building up his deck. He likes to get points from his cards.
Take everything you want.
You just hear Antoine say, this is a high-level game. People take everything you want. So he already feels like Nick has taken something from him.
And the plane, it's one of the better cards, definitely.
I bet Nick was probably pretty happy to see that come out, giving him the chance to snatch it up.
Yeah. At the
I'm,
beginning, like you really need to focus on either improving your deck, but I think the main strategy is to try to get the best assistant you can.
yeah,
And so usually this race, you need to always assess the board just to see where are the advantages. I think these guys know it in and out. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting. There's like looking at the assistants. There's like none of them are like the S tier, like something that they need to go after aggressively, which probably will make for just a very interesting game.
yeah. I wonder if that will change their approach to how quickly they go after assistants. Or if
It could, but I think they definitely try to get them as soon as possible.
yeah, and we know Seat 2, apparently, if you're in Seat 2, the thing to do is get that assistant. You're set up the best for getting it first, and JC said that was probably his first move would be to try for an assistant and then explore.
Now I will get the 2 tablets.
Oh, he's going right now for 2 tablets. So there he is doing that explore move. Nick is already, I love his little thinking already deep in it.
Yeah, also focus. Like, these are the best players we have here. This is so fun just to watch.
Well, it's pretty amazing because JC was in the final last night for Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, this is his 7th final game of the World Series of Board Gaming over the last few years. So incredibly experienced players. And then we have Antoine here, who was organizing competitive gaming just on his own in Australia, and then went, there's got to be someone doing this for real, and Googled it, found the World Series of Board Gaming, booked a ticket, and came to Vegas. So that's a pretty exciting...
Spend an arrow, spend the compass.
He's spinning arrow and compass, going up on that research track.
First research move.
I'll buy the trader's skill. Coins.
Yeah, it's a cool move.
2, 3. Can I get an arrow here, please? And 2 coins.
Ooh.
Okay, artifact already.
So he's just picked up trader's coins.
He's probably going to buy some.
Yeah, well, it's good for gold generation. So it's a brilliant artifact to buy at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not often you buy artifacts in the first round, but like this is one of those that can drastically change the
But if you
course of the
see
game.
it, you go, maybe I grab that one. JC did say when we were asking him what his strategy would be that he loves to put gear and coins in his deck. So it looks like he's currently on track with what he thought he might be trying to do in this game.
But it might be also challenging to have enough tablets to keep playing the artifact. Because
Oh,
especially on the
yes.
bird side, like there's different spots on the research track where you need quite a lot of tablets. And it might be challenging for him to get enough tablets to both power the artifact.
Maybe he's planning to explore. There's something about some exploration sites.
Yeah, I see on some idols, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he's able to keep that going, and if he ends up later regretting, maybe having like, I can't do anything with this. That will be very interesting.
Well, you always have the plane to use, but it's not as useful on the bird side of the map. The snake side, that's where you can utilize the plane much better.
So it goes onto my deck. Like that.
All right, and it looks like Antoine just got the parrot. We were doing a lot of card purchasing. Do you find that is a typical like start of the game? They've all bought cards at this point. Do you think that's yeah, everyone should be buying cards?
I'm not so sure. Like I've seen some untypical moves, like for the parrot.
Yeah.
First round, I think Anton mentioned he wanted to kind of control the game. He didn't want to be dependent on what comes up on the side.
Yes.
So this is like kind of his access to the rubies.
Yeah, and it's a good way how to utilize fear. So he might not lean into just the deck. No, he might be able to utilize all the fear he has.
He passed.
Oh, you passed.
I'm really curious because the players don't know this, but we know, and you at home can know, that when we ask them, what's your strategy for this game? They all said, I really like to focus on building my deck. I prioritize getting cards for my deck. Just hope that the other players don't go all in on that research track, because then I'm going to have to do something about it. And I was like, someone's going to have to pivot at some point, because they're all thinking the same approach.
But in general, it makes sense to buy good equipment. Like this is how we design the game. We really want this kind of feel. We need to equip the expedition, and then we go for it. So the first 2 rounds are essential. You really need to buy some good items to your deck.
I guess that you build that deck, and then in the later rounds, now you've got that engine you're actually able to run.
And that's why the game is mostly tactical, because you can plan ahead what cards will be in offer.
Yeah.
And these first items will basically dictate which kind of route you will go, what you will be focusing on throughout the game.
So far, no one has done a round one exploring a new site. A new site. Is that surprising to you that no one's done that yet, or?
Actually, not that much.
Yeah.
Because in the like high tier games, people usually tend to play sort of safe, and exploring a site is not really. It's kind of a risk, you know.
Yeah.
It also depends on the offer of assistance. Like if there would be some really good assistant, I think that would be one of the first moves of the second player, because then the player would be able to get it as to be the first one to pick. But maybe they're just waiting for someone to make the move. I think they will go after the middle assistant. That's my bad.
Yeah.
For the left one, we'll see.
I tend to draw and then
something
shuffle.
better.
That's what I do.
Yeah, wait for someone else to kind of reveal something that, like, who's gonna. Normally you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the first one, but now they're like, let's play a game of chicken. Who's gonna be the first one to do it because you don't really like what we see out here.
No one explored the site in the
And
first round.
nobody has an assistant.
This is definitely not typical, and I think this is we are able to see quite interesting match here.
Yeah. See how it turns out. It might be really different from what we would normally see in a game. Okay, so we're getting that card cam now on Nick's hand. Hoping, fan him out for us, bud. That's right. Looks like airplane.
It's definitely
Fear.
going to explore.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether he's going for the like tier 2
I
side.
think he should. He's seed 3, right, Nick, with plane. So that means that if he explores and discovers the level 2 side, he will be the first player the next round, able to utilize it twice in a row, which would be quite powerful.
That would be very powerful. Yeah, it looks like, so in that hand, I'm seeing now he had 2 gold, 1 compass, a fear, and that airplane, which he did get. I saw someone asking in chat, he did get that, I think on his first turn, he snatched that up.
Or sorry, single. Yeah, that one.
Alright, it looks like JC's getting compasses. Compass eye.
You tell us. We don't know how to speak English.
I clearly don't either. It's not compass eye. Yeah, we have someone in our chat here saying exploring is super fun. Gotta uncover all those sites, baby. But then you gotta deal with
The Guardian.
Yeah. What if you don't get it? That's what I always worry about. But I think
overcome
high
it.
level play, I don't think they're as worried about fear cards. You know, if they have a plan for them, they use them.
I mean, it's never a good thing, but you can utilize them, that's for sure.
Very thoughtful. I thought, I'll put the headphones on. They're going to be saying something great. They're thinking. Nick's cracking me up with his hand on his forehead.
But I think luck is on the next side, like with a nice item in the first round, like being able to explore, to set himself up for the third round. That should be powerful.
But I think he really wanted the compass side.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it.
No, I think
Basically blocked him. So now he's thinking he's gonna.
Now what am I gonna do? Yeah.
because he might not have enough compasses to actually make that play, which would be quite powerful.
Oh, to get to the
Level 2
level
site.
2
Yeah.
site.
Because that would be a really great thing if he manages to do that.
Yeah, maybe he's like, how do I manipulate this? So right now, Nick has 2 compass, 1 gold. Antoine, 1 gold.
He's exploring.
Is he doing it? Where's he going?
Oh.
Oh.
So it didn't work out.
He's like, okay, let's just pivot to level 1, I guess.
So
Now, he's had really good luck all day in his previous games. He was saying that he had second seat, in all of his games, and the Prospector came out.
Yes.
And it was one of the first cards out in all of his games. So in every game, he got lucky and was able to immediately snatch up that Prospector, and then
Assistance and cards.
was like, I got lucky those 3 games. I wonder if he's feeling like his luck ran out, or if he still he used it all up.
This is not the worst Guardian to get. It has a nice boon ability to exile, which is useful at the beginning of the game more than towards the end.
Well, that's handy then, yeah, if it's something he's able, or any of the players are able to capitalize on now, because it is so early.
Compass, compass, compass.
JC's family and friends watching from Seattle. That's him waving to you through me. He would wave
I'm exploring.
if he knew you were there. They're all so thoughtful. Every time I go to listen in, they're thinking so
it is
hard.
very intense.
It looks like.
I feel like, what have we done to them? And like,
This is your fault.
it's always designer's fault.
The gray hairs that they have. It's you.
It is, it is.
Oh, so sorry.
I'm not sure you are sorry.
Yes. Tablet. So you're
Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3, and then travel.
Looks like JC getting a coin.
Another side
Oh,
explode.
and yes. Got up to a level 2.
Triple.
Am I right in that, or is that still a level 1?
This is the level
Oh,
1.
I see. Because of course, it needs to be up in that next level. Yes.
And that was JC, right? Like, so we talk about him needing more tablets, so he got a good size for that.
Oh yes, look, I see that now. Yeah, with the bonus, the coin, and the two tablets there. Okay.
And I wonder if he has still fear left on his hand, because he needs a boot to overcome Guardian.
Probably. That's
I feel like they all think, and then they boom, take their turn.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Antoine and Nick, if I have those player colors right, are both equal there on the research track. They both got their magnifying glasses.
And they
that
got
third
the,
level.
the research bonuses. That's the important part. That's you need to get this. Like every single resource counts. The resource that you will get in the first and second round is almost 5 times powerful than the one that you get in the last round.
Oh, because you've got the opportunity to use it more.
And you use it, you build an engine with it. It's,
That extra information.
all these
Guys,
little
I'm so
details
prepared now.
will decide who will be the winner.
Was it JC who said he hopes the other guys are going to compete on the research track? And he's going to focus on building the deck?
Well, he hoped, I think, not to be too behind. And I think he was worried that maybe if 2 players are too focused on just building the engine and one will go aggressively on the research track.
And they get all the bonus.
Yeah, that could be the end of it,
That's
yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah, you can't let them run away with
So,
it.
so he should be good enough. I think. they're
Yes.
supposed to-
I think you're right, yeah. JC's like, okay, cool. They can
Playing
battle
games,
that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prioritize working on my deck.
All right.
Oh wait,
They're laughing.
I thought Nick was gonna say something really great. He got really animated for a second. Oh, okay. Like that fear card grabbed a arrowhead. He just showed he had some compasses in his hand. And I see. That's Nick reacting to the compasses. I don't think Antoine was super thrilled with whatever he just drew from his deck, based on that reaction.
They're not poker players, right?
Yeah, right? It's Vegas, but they emote a little more than...
Keep buying the. I'll buy the torch.
Oh, there goes JC
Playing the
getting
strategy of focusing
another
on the light.
card for his deck. I
And
didn't
we're
quite
still
know.
waiting for them
Buttons
to
and
grab the
cards.
first
Can I do that?
assistant.
Yes, that's so unusual. They all talked about how important
It's
that
too
first
many.
assistant
He
is
paid one.
in this game. They haven't gone for it yet. Okay, so it looks like JC got the
Not
horse,
these cards.
Which is also a very powerful card.
two
Inscribed blade.
buggies, cars, vehicles, wheeled vehicles. I don't like to use the proper name for anything in a game.
Okay, so we got this is the first assistant in game.
Yeah, not bad.
Right.
Okay, it's another good assistant there. So,
Okay, so they did
again,
pick the middle
third.
one
Yeah.
because it's very versatile. You can always get a compass or you get a travel icon, so you can pivot. It's very important in this game to have this freedom to react.
Yes, yes.
And I think the upgrade assistant is next.
Could be, could be.
Grab it and then just upgrade it.
Probably not for JC. He will need tablets, but
Maybe. He may still wait.
Wait.
Think very carefully. Well, I have a strategy question for you. Here's something I always wonder is worth doing when I'm playing, and I play this game nowhere near this level, so maybe everyone knows the right answer to this except me. So when you get the idols, and you can choose, of course, to do one of those actions and cover up those points. How much of that should I be doing? And how much, I'm the person who's like, but no, if I do it, then I cover the points up.
Well,
What do you think? How, like, you're like, no, do it. That's why those slots are there. Cover those points
Yeah,
up.
I think you want to actually cover them as soon as possible,
Really?
but you probably want to keep the last
The
one
4.
empty.
Yeah.
And with the third one is the question. It depends really. If you can gain a lot, maybe steal something from other players, it pays off. But I would be skeptical.
you need to look for opportunities. They can really save you in a situation where you can't progress on a research track, the opponents will block you out, the guardians will be unfavorable for you. So those are all moments where the idols are just invaluable. But yeah, with the 4 points, you need to make sure that what you are doing with the idol is worth 4 points or more.
That's what we
It's also not a no-brainer because if you use them too early, you got the benefit of actually having a lot of resources to build your engine and stuff and kind of get things rolling. But you also
Oh, yeah, you did.
deprive yourself of the opportunity to use them when you actually need them most.
JC did pick the
Yeah,
upgrade
JC just got
assistant. Yeah.
the assistant, and has moved up a little bit more on that research track. And after this conversation, I'm curious to see when Antoine potentially uses the idol he just got for an action.
I think they're waiting till the end of the round, kind of seeing how it pans out.
Because
You
he
know,
can
maybe
slot
what
the,
they need.
he can slot the
there.
idol to get Arrowhead to progress, or he already has a Chew as well ready, so he can easily start researching.
All of them also have the guardians inside, so they need to decide whether to.
The Guardians are worth 5 points, so that's a lot. I mean, like, points will not help you to build engine, but it's a lot of
Yeah,
points.
but points will help you win the game.
Yeah,
You
and
can't
you
win
don't-
without it. You can have a great engine, but if it's not scoring you any points.
Usually you don't want to leave them there for other players.
Yeah, that's the trick, right?
Good points.
So the research track is important in this game, but this is what we will see, I think, when the very good players are playing. You need to do not just the research track, you need to overcome 4 guardians, maybe more. You need to research sites and have plenty of idols. And I think these guys, they all mentioned that they like to build strong decks and actually get good amount of points that way as well. So I'm really curious about just to see the final scores here.
Yeah, me too. And again, like with that focus on the deck building, you know, Nick was saying, I don't usually really think about going after the monsters, but maybe in this game, with everyone focusing a bit on their deck building, maybe he will. It's like a sundial got that. Was that picked up or did that just come out?
They just bought it.
Yeah, picked up by Antoine.
Third artifact, I think, they bought in the second round.
Yeah, a lot of artifacts
Yeah,
they've been
surprisingly.
grabbing.
But the cheap ones, so...
Some of the players actually mentioned that they like to play a lot of and buy a lot of artifacts. Is it JC or Nick? Do you remember Paul?
Oh, I think it was JC who said it, if my notes are right. I think it was JC. Make use of those.
This coin. Shine it off.
Oh, Nick just placed an idol.
To research, yes. Get a second assistant, which will be again the middle one. So he has basically both. You have, these are quite similar, right? You can get an compass or the travel icon. So he will have a lot of flexibility in this game and also a lot of opportunities to explore and discover new sites.
Definitely, or it can save you like buying cards. You can play your strong cards for different things now.
So they went through complete like the middle pile of assistants.
Middle, yeah. Poor assistants on the left and right. They don't like them. So now everyone has an assistant.
That's my frequent.
Nick has 2.
Yeah.
JC has used his this round. Oh, there's Nick going. It's exhausting both of his.
So the left assistant with the exile is quite powerful if you utilize it at the beginning of the game, or if you see that there are enough fear sites that you just need to be guaranteed that you have enough fear to exile it and to use that opportunity. There's one level 1 site with fear, so it might not be the worst option. Like we're just playing here base game, like with the expansion, then this assistant can get superb with some of the leaders. And then we have the right assistant that has a buying power. It gives you flexibility to purchase, but it's also slow because it's a main action. It's not as reactive, and I think players may not prefer that one in this stage of the game. They already bought the items they needed.
Yes.
So it may be probably the left one they will pick, but I think they're not too excited about these options and they prefer to have the third pile there, but it's gone.
Yeah, now, yeah. Oh, Antoine just used a bear trap to get rid of a guardian. That feels like a great card, especially if you're, you know, looking at the requirements. You're like, I just don't have.
You need to plan ahead, like you need to purchase it last round probably, to be ready for the exploration.
Right, here they come from. Looks like everyone passed.
Yep. Playing pretty fast.
I would say, I feel like they're moving along, like they take their moments, like there are the moments where they're all very quiet, very much thinking about it, and then once they start going, they're like, by the time I've processed what JC's doing, Nick's gone and Antoine's taking his turn.
I mean, like, this game can be fast, but I was curious to see how fast they will be in finals, because I wouldn't be surprised if they take a long time.
Longer, yes, because there's a bit more stakes to this game. You know, this is, you know, the ring game on the line is, of course, that ring that they'll win. They'll get to go on to semifinals, and, you know, that's one step closer to the ultimate prize here. If you win it all, if you win that final game, you win $25,000, and everyone in that final game goes away with something. So you can understand why once they get to these final ring games, the tension builds a little.
I think Drew playing again. That's you got lucky there again.
Yeah. So okay, see what Nick's got in his hand there. Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing so meticulously. Every time I go to take an action, I want to say combat, like I'm playing Magic or something.
So I just heard Nick say, I feel like I'm playing so meticulously. Every time I go to take an action, I feel like I'm in combat, like I'm playing Magic. Like, he just was like, I feel like I'm playing Magic the Gathering right now. Like,
Wow.
We hit our 60.
You see, that's one of the things we didn't expect.
Yeah,
People
that
will playing
feeling.
our game and just have this kind of like tournament moments. This is so exciting to me.
That's great. All right, looks like we're doing another level
Exploration.
1 site. So no one at this point has gone up to level 2.
Pretty good. Yep.
Usually when you want to do it,
Very nice.
when you are guaranteed that you will be the first player the next round, to be
Exactly.
able to use it twice in a row.
Mm.
But it's also difficult to save up the 6
It's
compasses.
hard to get up there, yeah.
Travel.
Why did you make it so expensive to get up there?
Because it's so beneficial. It's very powerful to get there, to get 2 idols.
Yes,
And the level
yes.
2 sites are very generous with resources.
How big is my deck? And do I want to add more to it? 6.
I caught the last little bit of a sentence there. I think it was JC, I heard him say, do I want to add more to it? And I wonder, without having heard the whole first half of the sentence, if he's going, I've been adding to my deck. It's getting kind of thick.
Uh-huh.
Do I want to keep adding to this? Because that's a trick in a deck builder, right? At some point, you start watering things down. You make it harder to draw the cards that you want.
Or he could have been wondering about the fear he just got.
Yes. Oh, that might be what he was saying. Like, oh, I already have some fear. Do I want to add to that pool of fear I have? That might be exactly what he was saying.
It's tempting. The side is really good otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in the game, if you build your deck, the fear doesn't hurt you that much because you kind of, that you enjoy it that much.
Yeah, well, it's something Nick was saying when we were talking before the game started was you just need to know what you're going to do with your fear. You just need to have a plan for your fear. Don't be afraid of the fear, but know how you're gonna deal with it. And I imagine all 3 of these players have a plan for their fear.
She's gonna.
Okay, looks
ride
like
her car.
Nick is using an assistant here.
Treble.
Winner.
What's right, because they are now standing on the research track. The next step is tablet heavy.
Oh yes.
Usually
You're
you
gonna
have
need
different
2
paths.
tablets and an arrowhead
But
for
this
that.
is a bottleneck of this research
Yeah.
track.
It's both your magnifying glass and the book needs to go
Have
through
to go
that.
up that.
It's 4 tablets.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so while jewels are nice, you just can't utilize them in this phase of the game.
Mhm. Okay, so it looks like JC went to this far right space, Ruby site, using 2 fear. That's funny. We're like, jewels aren't gonna help you here, but JC's like, they're still gonna help me. I'm gonna go there and get one. I'm in a spot where they can still help me. Oh, there goes Nick, spending the tablets that he just got so that he can move his magnifying glass up that track.
And now there will be a race because there are a lot of research bonuses. It will be quite important. So
it depends if I think JC was he's in a good spot because he doesn't have to compete for the tablets right now. He can just use his rubies to climb up. And if the cards he bought can help him, then it's fine. But still, Antoine would need to kind of race with Nick fast enough, not to leave all the bonuses for him to grab.
he had the best position on the research track, but he didn't build strong foundation of his deck, I think.
Yes.
So we will see if he will be able to utilize the momentum on the research track to his benefit.
We just had 6 compasses played by Antoine. He's made the first level 2, picking up, but he hasn't placed any of those idols
Alright,
yet.
guys.
He just has them. He's
What
just
do I
holding
want?
on to them.
2 arrows, 2 tablets.
It's an important draw.
What's he gonna get?
Uh,
That's a good one.
Right.
What makes you say that?
See that there.
Oh, it's a ruby and an
Yeah,
emerald.
well, true. Yeah, I mean, those are, well, I'm like, those are, you're like, well, they're pretty good resources on there. They're very
He
powerful.
actually wanted some tablets.
I think he needed
Oh,
tablets.
yeah, 'cause he wanted 2 tablets. He's like, oh, no.
No, that would be perfect. Like there's a site with a fear, 2 tablets and 2 arrowheads, that which would be perfect for the situation. But yeah,
Exactly.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a good man in his situation is problem.
So to defeat that guardian, he needs an arrowhead and a car. He'll get
Arrowhead.
an arrowhead and a jewel.
yeah.
Oh.
And you become friend with this monster frog, and can you utilize it later to get
He
to
leads
places.
you around.
Yeah, you can utilize it as a boat. So
I love that. You know, he could use, I wonder if he'll end up using one of his idols to do the 2 tablet action on
probably.
his board. Yeah, if he really needs them and they're not coming out other ways, he might have to
Save my coins.
use for that. And it's just 1 point. I found out it's just 1 point. Cover it up as soon as possible. I came up with that tip on my own. I just knew it.
I will torch away one of my fear. Can I get a tablet, please? Thank you.
Oh, well, I think JC just got some tablets.
Big Star needs to overcome a guardian there.
And I think Tan will be the first one to get a gold assistant.
This coin looks an awful lot like a gem. Fear card.
Nick just said, this coin looks an awful lot like a gem. The soundtrack of this game is
Get an arrow.
uh
And I will trade the arrow and 2
this.
tablets. Here.
They're mainly just like card sounds and sighing.
It's in
Where's
bed.
someone? Get an arrow. Those 2 will go up as well with a glass.
We're just waiting
Oh,
for the
they're moving. JC's
Not
also
yet,
keeping on track there with the research track. So what will Nick do?
Yeah, like how JC is utilizing the torch, going to the fear side and down straight.
So he's not letting it bog down,
Exactly.
weigh his deck down.
Yeah, it's kind of clever.
The race on the research track is quite important. I think the bonuses along the way are even more important than just to get first to the temple. But getting first to the temple, that bonus 2 points, and you get the first pick from the remaining face down research bonus tiles. So all those are quite important parts of the game.
Do you think once one person gets up there, is it important to still
Right.
try and also like be second, or at that point do you bail on that and try and focus on?
I think in this level of play, they will all get to the top.
Yeah.
It's kind of like no questions there. They will get to the top. It's more about like what other things you will be able to accomplish, how far you will get with your notebook, how many guardians you will overcome, how good is how good are the cards you bought. So, and you need to balance all these 3 areas of the game.
That's what I find very difficult in the game, is balancing all the areas and all the things you need to do. It's what I think is so impressive about what they're able to do.
Tap that for compass.
Oh, Antoine getting a compass from his assistant.
There's the 2 compasses to go. Let's take it.
Paying 2 compasses to get an artifact.
Yeah, so probably he's looking for something.
Hmm.
Now I don't know if he was happy or not.
Yeah, I
Kind of
can't
ambiguous.
tell.
He does not look too happy,
Oh,
so
I
maybe
wonder
he's a good poker player, you know.
Yeah. So he's picked up this stone jar here.
If you're not gonna do it, I guess I will. I'll research. What's the class?
Of course, he's been having a hard time getting tablets, but to play, he's gonna need a tablet. But maybe he's feels like he's got that.
Draw a card.
Can I
Jeez.
draw 1 card? Can I get a compass first?
Raise his own. I think Nick has a great advantage having 2 assistants. I think
Yes.
the lack of interesting assistants in the offer kind of block both other players.
Yes.
So they need to find other ways how to like get advantage in the game.
2 compasses, 2 coins.
Oh, it's looking like Antoine thought he was going to be able to get that draw card bonus on the temple track, and was
Faster.
caught a little by surprise that JC
Fondo.
was suddenly there.
Yeah.
And 1 to get 2.
I will
I'm
spend
getting some
2 to buy
tablets.
the fishing rod.
Oh, buying another card. Okay. Fishing rod.
Is there a point
Okay.
in the game that you feel like, and maybe it's just as you get closer and closer to the end, that you would say, stop buying cards. It's not worth it. Or as you go, do you think, well, they get more powerful, so they're going to be worth it.
Well, we cannot design the offer in such a way that it will hint what is important in the game, right? So as you will progress in the game, it's less and less important to buy
That's such a
items.
good point.
And you
Because
need to
you
start
knew
focus
that it's
on
more artifacts.
Yeah. I mean, you still buy it, like they're still worth points, you can still utilize them in clever play.
Investing in the future.
Like, for example,
You use
pickaxe.
that
It can be
Mhm.
very powerful in this game.
Yeah,
Because,
turn a compass in and get. Oh, yeah, that's great.
but
Coin
having this
compass, you
item
can keep the coin.
few rounds
Coin
sooner,
versus
before you made
It's
that
always better.
important
Yes.
like bottleneck,
I'll buy the
that would be so great for them. And
Yeah, if
also Pigeon
Antoine,
The world
for,
launch.
yeah,
for
could
more
have had,
tablets.
I'm
yeah,
out. I can't
that would have
wait for it.
made getting up
Oh, you know, I
to
mean,
that
I
2
cannot
tablet,
interfere
1
with
arrowhead
your
space.
Yeah, right. Okay.
desire to pick up
Exactly what you're saying, that bottleneck would make that so much
Feel
easier.
free.
Yeah. Well,
What I found fascinating, we designed the bird temple like this whole side of the map as a beginner's map, right? Like this is designed in such a way that it should be easy for players to get into the game, to get assistance soon, because you get the assistance very soon on this research track. But to see it being played by professionals, this
Right.
is like amazing. It does not look simple when you have all experienced players around the table.
Exactly.
The interesting thing is, they didn't get the assistance.
Yeah.
So, like, just
I
one
will take a compass and pass.
to them. So, I expected a different thing. Like, I didn't expect
Yeah,
them
I
really go after
expected,
them.
especially from what they were all saying when we spoke with them before the game started, I thought that was going to be, yeah, like a major, immediate thing they were going out for.
Exactly. But now it looks more like they're really racing on the
Okay.
track.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another interesting thing is they left the bonus up there.
I pass as well.
Still,
chance to do it?
you know, the compass.
Because 2 arrowheads are difficult
It
to get.
is
Yeah.
difficult.
Oh,
But
I-
still, now it's still
One
there
coin
for
you're lucky.
some of the books to grab it.
Yeah,
Okay,
Antoine
we're all
can
done.
benefit from that.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
this is
Nick-
not quite
Nick
what,
could
I think
also-
someone should just shove one out.
Oh, I was
Probably
mixing
very
players.
problematic.
They see, oh, sometimes I kind of like look at the wrong side.
I'll have 3 piles. I have way more than 5, so I'll have 3 piles.
Yeah, you should
I'll draw
Oh,
those
I see.
5.
Yeah,
Next time,
yeah,
I'll have those
we
2
should add
cards.
some
Someone will
color.
shove one out.
Yeah,
Right.
around the place.
You just shuffled these last time. You want to shuffle this?
Guys, keeping track of the player color. If I've got it right, I think Nick is
Finish.
yellow.
Yellow.
Antoine
Can
is
we
red.
read on the other player boards?
Oh,
I feel like
yes,
it's
of
gonna
course.
be,
There,
people are gonna
yes,
be like, "You guys
exactly.
scored so
You're
low." It's like, well, you know.
So yeah, so Nick is the
What
only
happens when
one.
this experience
Probably
people
will
When
be
you are trying to
continue
block people
progressing
from
with the
airplaning-
notebook.
Wait, we gave each other the right
Space.
cards,
We'll
right?
see. We will see the.
Oh yes,
Okay.
everyone else
I think
has
so.
left
This is-
theirs
this is a
way at the
6-card
bottom
deck,
there,
which is
just
mine.
focused on their magnifying glasses.
I think
Yeah,
they'll
card.
still
I believe
rest.
this is the first one I saw.
Well, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Like in this
You might wanna
phase,
put more hard.
it's also because
Those 2 go on
they made this
first.
clever play, just emptying the middle pile of assistance.
Excellent.
It's kind of like it's not easy situation for the remaining two players. If they want to get the second assistant, which is not optimal for this phase of the game, they will be unlocking and opening something for the third player.
Yeah, they're careful
so
about
maybe
So they're in this deadlock, like these two players without the second assistant, who will go first, if any. Like they may still decide not to take an assistant and just try to
try and
reap
do it
the
with
points
just the one.
elsewhere. Yeah.
Now we got a really nice, at the start of this round, a really nice view of Nick's cards. He did, I think, the best card fan he's done so far in the game. We really saw everything, and he does have the airplane in his hand again.
Wow.
So he's been, I think, very lucky picking that one up.
It's funny how he holds the Guardian in his hand as well.
I was wondering about that, actually.
It's a good thing because then you don't forget about it.
That you, yeah,
But
that
I've
you
never
got
seen
it.
it
Yeah, I
before.
haven't seen it. It's actually a smart way how to do it.
Yeah.
One thing Antoine was telling us about before the game started was his thoughts that you can't really go in necessarily with a strong strategy in mind, that you really have to be reactive and flexible and
I will
do what you can to block your opponents from getting what they want, but not to your own detriment. Like, don't go out of your way to do something that's really bad for you just to stop another player. And I'm wondering, as we keep going in the game, I'm wondering if he'll start trying to do more blocking, or say, I just need to focus on what I'm doing, and see if that kind of philosophy continues to hold for him. Another level 2 site.
Yeah, we have second one there. It's also very powerful one, especially this one with the draw card ability. It becomes more and more powerful later in the game when your decks are stronger.
Yeah.
So this is a very good side in this space.
So that's a draw card, a tablet, and a jewel.
And a jewel, yes.
I'm curious, was Antoine starting this round? Because it doesn't look like it, but maybe they just forgot to move the clock.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it looks like they did forget to move the clock.
Maybe because I was wondering whether Nick was just letting him have the level 2 side.
Yes, yes, that's better. I always forget. I was impressed when you remembered last term, but I have to keep it here.
Oh, I almost forgot.
I've actually never thought to do that. That's actually
They're literally talking
I
right
can't
now
hold it like
about
this if
holding the
it's,
guardian
more
in his
honest,
hand.
Uh-huh.
And Nick's like, I have to do it or else I forget.
Yeah.
And Antoine was like, wow, I've never thought about doing that. That's
Yeah, on the same page. This is brilliant. I will start doing it.
Oh, that's tough. Alright. Let's.
okay.
This is incredible to play the plane so many times in game.
Oh, nice.
And it's such a
Wow.
powerful card.
Oh, we're all gonna get one.
It's
next
a, this is a very powerful
I'll
play.
have the best one.
And another level 2 side.
You got the money already?
I did.
I think Antoine just said, well, we're all gonna end up with one of these.
Okay, this could be good for him, but he doesn't have many artifacts, so tablets.
This is one of the tougher guardians to
Oh,
overcome.
yes.
Uh-huh. Especially after we explore.
Yeah, just to spit your compasses just to get up
Exactly.
there. And now you have to have 2.
But he may choose not to do that, maybe.
Yeah, he did say, sometimes he doesn't worry about actually dealing with the guardians. That, maybe it's just, you just let it go. So we'll see how much he tries to focus on getting that.
And the currencies are like changing their value throughout the game. So like the coins are very powerful at the beginning of the game, but their value is dropping towards the end. While compasses, they just are very powerful throughout the game. They may even grow in power a bit. So paying 2 compasses and an arrowhead to overcome the guardian is quite pricey.
Exactly. At this point of the game, unless there's an artifact, I'm seeing the... Yeah, not really seeing it as well, but I think there's this guardian.
Awareness.
Yeah, do we have, we get, can we, is it possible for us to see a little more closely here, what artifacts are out? I might be asking a lot from our card close-up crew, but they're now frantically trying to meet my demands.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, the Guardian Crown. So, well, but then he would need the compasses as well. So.
Yes. Wow, yeah.
But if he could progress on the research track to the point where you get the free compasses or the free artifact, then that's good.
Or the work club could be another way. So the situation.
Thank you, Card Cam crew.
Oh, it's such a professional team here. I love it.
We have a great streaming team here. They work very hard, and they will be here just constantly. I don't think they're even gonna sleep. I've not seen them go to the bathroom, so show some love in chat for them for keeping this running for y'all, so we can all enjoy this high level of play in all of these games. Oh, all the magnifying glasses now on the same level. The research track. Yep, it is becoming. I'm excited. Who's gonna pull ahead?
Leaving the books behind.
Yeah, forget them. I guess obviously you've got to keep your magnifying glass moving up, right? Because your book can't pass.
That's correct.
Your magnifying glass. Do you find it? Are you surprised to see all of the
very nice
journals so far down the track right now?
What I would expect is they take advantage because the bird temple is especially generous for the books, so it's actually really beneficial. But I think that it's a tactic of play because all of them are racing, so they don't want to.
They don't want to spend any of those.
Yeah, because they really need to keep up with the others for the bonuses and the points at the temple.
I will play pickaxe.
I feel like we should make bets now about who is going to get to the top of that track first.
This turns into a gem. I will research up the other path.
I'm getting really really excited. I think they're all feeling the pressure to get to the top of that because it's definitely what they're all focusing on, at least in these last couple of turns that they're taking. The dulcet tones of the shuffling cards. One of the other things these players were discussing with us when I asked them all about their strategy going into the game was how your strategy really depended on your seat placement. How different your opening move was going to be based on where you were in the turn order. And Antoine actually said that he felt like seat 1, which is his seat, was kind of the underdog position, that going first wasn't the best. Do you agree with that? Yeah, you think that? Yeah.
I mean, we designed it to kind of like to be easy and friendly, but in a kind of like competition setting, yeah, in a 3-player game, the first player has a slight disadvantage. But it also depends on the state of the board. He could be also the one to have the first pick if there's some superb cards. The second player has a great advantage of being able to explore, and if he gets at least some decent side, he might be the player to get the first assistant pick. So that could be important in the game, especially a 3-player game.
Oh yes, Keith in chat is putting out Antoine was also in the final table of Twilight Struggle last night, and this is a very fun story. He was telling us that he learned that game 3 weeks ago.
That's impressive.
3 weeks ago. And I think you're going to hear, if you watch a lot of these final games that are being streamed, you're going to hear stories like that, especially as we get into the semifinals and even the final games. A lot of players have chosen, you know, what they think is going to advance them to the next level for these first set of games. So that means that their semifinal game might be one that they just learned and are playing, and they're still able to play at such a high level. Nick, in choosing his game for today, went to the World Board Gaming Championships. I think I have that name right. And said, okay, whatever game I do the best at here, that's what I'm going to play. And he won the Lost Ruins of Arnak tournament
point, right?
there. Yes, by 1 point. He thought, all right, that's it. This is what I'm playing at World Series of Board Gaming. So we'll have to see if he can repeat that performance, or if JC or Antoine can pull that rug out from under him. I like this also in chat. I don't care what strategy I'm doing. Whenever I see the dog card, I need to get it at all costs. That's my kind of gamer. The dog and the cat, I don't care. I need them in my deck.
When we're deciding which cards should be quite powerful, we decided the cute ones should
Yes, I love that.
I don't remember what you bought actually. I don't remember the card you bought.
be. Look at the cute dog there.
So cute. He's just bringing you. He's like, I got you something. Man, it's great. Activate an unoccupied. I mean,
Yeah,
so good.
that's just stuff you need.
I think it's fine.
I think
If
it's
you didn't buy it, I would have.
Meanwhile, the
I think it's fine
cat
to
just
drop, but
knocks
generally-
things off your table that you
It
needed.
was just a risk, like if I bought something.
It's actually a detriment to get the cat.
You just gotta play the odds.
Like, once I bought the Trader's Coin, I was very happy. Like, I would have been fine.
I love cats. Don't come at me, everyone watching. I have 3. Luna, Remy, Shepherd. You don't care about them, but okay, Nick picking up a fear. Going for that level 1 site.
Get a compass. Alright, man. You win. Get your way. I can't
Oh.
stand no more.
All right, Antoine feels like he's
Excellent assistance. I can't believe you're disparaging
I
them
don't-
so
I don't know.
much.
I don't know what
I
to
would
say.
making
love
a
to
move.
have
They're
them.
talking
I've
about
just been too distracted with
There
other
it is.
things.
Yeah. Well, what's
The
left? Let me
assistants.
think about what we could potentially
Yeah.
get.
It's like, what am I doing? JC's going, they're really great assistants. I don't know why you haven't picked them yet.
Please.
Okay,
It's the money for
That's actually not too bad. I'm happy.
Oh.
I expected.
We all have
money
bad
for
ones. We all have
Arrowhead
bad
would have
ones.
been nuts for me.
Actually, we all have very average assistants.
Could have
I
been
think-
better, but still, it's flexibility.
What was that one? Get you.
Oh, probably the
The one that he got?
Yes, the one he just
I'm gonna
picked
try
up.
this.
You
So
get-
discount for buying any card.
Oh, okay.
Either item or the artifact. But it's full action. This is the only assistant in the game. It's like all other ones are free action.
Free actions,
so
but
it's
this
fast
one-
reaction one. But this is
Interesting.
yeah. It's good for timing. Sometimes you know, like sometimes you want
Oh,
the
yeah,
other player
yeah, okay. I
to
just don't see people
play
going
their
down.
turn first. So this could be a way to utilize it. But yeah, as I
Nice.
mentioned, they already kind of like are beyond the phase where they needed to purchase interesting items. Maybe now for the artifacts.
The artifacts could be
Yeah.
helpful. Because there's also a flexibility.
Money,
Like it.
Arrowhead, tablet. I will upgrade.
Ellen, will you just
I'll get the money
tap
back.
or wake
as
up
well
our
as the
little,
compasses.
there we go. We have secret messages and the computer fell asleep. So there's some chatter here talking about I'm excited to see what game Min and Elwin come up with next. Is there anything exciting for Lost Ruins of Arnak that you would want to talk about? It is all top
Radio
secret.
We have only top
I've given
secret
up on
stuff,
it.
but
We can
it's,
scoop here right now. We can. I won't tell anyone. They won't tell anyone.
but it's true that we brought some prototype here with us, which is super secret. So I'm sure we can't share much more about it.
So you've got to come to the World Series of Board Gaming if you want to have the chance to see new prototypes that designers bring. get here. There's a discount, a sale happening right now, actually, for tickets for next year. So hop on that, and I mean, it won't. The prototype for this prototype won't, but who knows what next year's prototype is going to be? You know, you won't. You don't know. So don't miss out. Oh, Antoine is just talking about how Carrier Pigeon is one of his favorite cards.
That is very nice. Gives it fast action, 2 tablets. It's
Ooh.
very versatile. It's
He
good
has been
messengers.
wanting tablets.
Yeah.
Well, I like this idea, a Steam version of Lost Ruins of Arnak. That'd be pretty good. An app I can just have on my phone all the time.
Someone in the chat wrote that it must be almost 10 p.m. in Vegas. We are so jet lagged because for us, we just got here. It's 5 a.m. for us.
Oh my god, oh my goodness, you're doing so good for being totally jet lagged. I had no idea.
Oh, I totally missed they already got to the temple.
Oh, yeah, we're just chatting here.
Everyone, I'm sorry. We were talking about who knows what kind of nonsense. Nick did it. I knew. I put my money on Nick. I didn't say it out loud, but I thought Nick's gonna be the one. And it looks like JC's pulled ahead.
Yeah.
Of Antoine there.
Probably going to be the second.
I think they will be talking a lot about this assistant offer situation.
Yes.
But I think it's not an accident. They intentionally cleared that middle pile for the other players. Like it was.
Yes. Like if you're gonna take another one, it's gonna be one of these. So do we know? We missed it, but Nick got to the top, and then he was able to snag something when he got up there, right?
Yeah, there's a. We don't. Have we seen the bonus? Like he picked 1 out of 3 available.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
For him, a card draw would have been no-brainer with the airplane. I'm not sure he still has some cards. We don't see that.
Or I could just cut the rest.
Crystal earring.
Yeah, Tom just bought it to go through his draw pile, just to.
I like that card.
Looking for some concrete card. Then he's able to place 1 card on top and discard 1 that he doesn't
and then
want
I
to.
will discard your maidens.
Yeah, so
You may return one of them.
discard it here, I think. Cursed Idol is also quite powerful card, especially in the late game, the new artifact that came out, because it gives you fear, which is not as dangerous to you in this phase of the game. You may not even draw it, like depending on the size of your deck. And the free jewel is, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Serpent Idol, yeah.
Pretty good trade-off there. Yeah, so, okay, there is a debate happening in chat right now about when you overcome a guardian, are you making friends with it? Are you killing it? Are you?
We don't kill them, they're cute.
Yeah, like there's a quite big of a world building behind all the Arnak stuff, and the Guardians play a big part in the lore. Some of them are still intelligent. You can have a conversation with them.
Oh,
some of them
that's so
already
cool.
went savage and are more animal-like. With those, you may struggle, and if you overcome them physically, they may become part of your pack. Like they can then start following you, helping you out.
I love that idea. You win their favor. You convince them, hey, come and be my guardian.
Yeah, because they used to guard someone who used to live on this island. There's a story behind it that we were not able to tell fully in this game.
Well, so TTRPG coming up, is that I think we figured out what the prototype is.
But if you meet all Guardian, for example, that's Guardian is so curious to hear stories. You need to bring 3 tablets to the Guardian.
Yeah, like what? Why? What do they want from it? I love that. It's so cool to have that kind of world building in the theme, and then that's able to come through in the art and just the feeling when you're playing the game. I wonder now that Nick is at the top. No, he's getting artifacts. I'm saying now that Nick's at the top, will he start working on moving his journal up? But he's got cards.
This
Oh
is my
yeah,
deck.
sorry. So I feel like
With Monkey Medallion, he purchased airdrop, which will be useful if he draws into it to purchase another item for free. Something like...
Okie dokie.
That's quite a cheap card. I would have expected him to buy it, like, normally, you know? The coins.
It can be turned into something good later
No,
on.
no, what I meant was he bought the artifact.
Yeah, Monkey Medallion.
Here comes
Get the
that serpent idol.
Good artifacts are coming out, like
Guys both bought
the
the
stone
cards,
key
so I'm
or unlocking your idol back and being able to reuse them. That's very powerful.
Ooh, that's a
And
great
Pathfinder
card.
stuff for just
Yes.
relocating your archaeologist is also very powerful. You can play some really clever moves where you will move your first archaeologist to different side just to empty the space for your second one, and do move like that, which can just
With good timing, you can
result in interesting plays.
you can visit
Really-
the level 2 site twice.
That's
That's
pretty
very
incredible.
powerful.
Yes. Yeah, this, I think JC was saying that he wanted both of those cards.
Can I see your discard?
Oh, JC's asking to see discard piles from everyone.
Just gonna do this.
Okay.
Do you think he's trying to decide how close people are to passing, maybe?
Maybe he memorized what they got, so he might be remembering what might be still in their hands.
So maybe to help him, I want to do this and I want to do this. And if I can tell they don't have the cards in their hand anymore to go after this one thing, so I could wait to do that because I need to get this threatened action. Yeah, I think he purchased a card.
You just ask about discard piles. One thing that people may not even realize, like, this is a deck builder without a discard pile.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's such a,
have
because
just
you
a
take them
place-
and you put them
yeah.
just right under your deck.
It's just your player, basically.
Okay, so Nick played an artifact, got rid of fear.
Like 80% chance.
Yeah, because he was saying he really likes to
not
get
a
his
great
points in
card.
his cards. So I'm
Yeah,
not
okay,
surprised to
that
see
is
him
what I
still,
think it is, then,
buying
yeah,
things,
it's
trying
not
to
number right now.
get his deck filled with points.
Yeah, everything was
I'm wondering
awkward
whether
when I decided to go
Anton
for
will
this.
now
which is
just
what
find
happened.
the
That's what I'm trying to do.
get
Yeah.
the compasses on the free artifact later.
Yeah,
It
he is
wasn't
the one with
wholly
his
intentional,
book
like,
is
if
up the
assistants
track
were better,
farthest, so
I
he
might have
still
gone down
has
other paths, for sure.
Because the
those
artifacts
bonuses available to him.
Once
The
I'm
artifacts
I'm
are
not
really
getting any
nice
of those
now, so-
assistants, I better get some of the other tempo tracks
Yeah.
bonuses.
Oh, Nick is talking about he made some sacrifices in order to beat JC on the temple track. I think we could all tell, right? There came that moment where they all just really honed in on that track and bought into that race
I have
and
no idea.
maybe
I bought a
put
bunch of
aside
cards,
some
but
of the
all
other
with one
things
play.
they thought they were
Right,
going
like,
to
I
do
don't
on
have
those
any on the
terms
wheels,
because
I
they
don't have any
knew
rushes.
But
that
now-
was important and they needed to
That's
focus
true.
on
Well, I
that.
have
It
airplane.
seems like that's what Nick
Well,
was
that's
saying
worth
he was
two
up to.
airplanes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Almost
so
worth
now
almost
he's
worth
not
it.
thrilled with his cards because he didn't
I mean, I have an ostrich and a
stick to his
sea
card
turtle.
plan.
Together, they're not worth even as much as
It's your
airplane. So I bought
he
the
bought the
flask.
I really like how friendly atmosphere is here, even in finals, you know, that's lovely.
So we're gonna move up.
This seems like a really friendly, supportive table. It's the kind of sportsmanship that I see over and over again actually here at the World Series of Wargaming. Antoine stepped away and came back and just like you're playing a game at home, they're like, oh, it's your turn. He's like, oh, what happened? It's like, oh, I did this. Oh, I did this. Oh, cool. Well, but obviously you don't have to be friendly necessarily to each other because it's such a high pressure situation, but they're also just playing a game,
Oh,
like
they're such
gamers,
a
and
nice
it's
people.
really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not your fault.
I just love talking.
Yeah, no,
So
it's great.
finally, Antoine
you
got
don't
the
get
second
to
assistant
Play board games to
upgraded.
chat.
Oh,
to
yes.
To spend a lot of time thinking and then
I
chatting.
think he will be aiming for the artifacts because it's a discount there.
That's what makes board games so great.
Maybe the stone key? Because he wouldn't want Nick to get it and get the
playing
3-4
those
points for
tomorrow.
it.
And I'm playing Burgundy after.
Nice.
Nice. Burgundy, great game.
I like
Yeah,
this.
that'd be
Anton
pretty
said, "Yeah, we play board games to
I hope they do
chat."
that
Me
for
too.
I think board games will be chaos.
A lot of Blasters games for 3 players.
Yeah, here they are. Yeah, just I think because maybe
That should be like
they kind of know a little bit more of what they're doing, right? They seem to have loosened up a little bit here in the later game. Like they kind of have their plans. So it seems like they're a little less in their heads and able to appreciate just like
I will pick up.
the gaming experience.
They already made their strategic choices.
Yeah.
Now they need to just play correctly, which is still tough.
Yeah.
But like these players, they know how to do it well. You know, like the last round may be intimidating for new players because then you kind of like, oh, I need to kind of like check all my options and stuff. But once you get into the game, you know, like you can see the options much faster.
It's fascinating
It's a
it's
much
still
better
the fourth round.
Oh, you're on set.
Yeah,
Yes, I don't think we
Already
quite started.
after the tempo and
yeah, they're doing great.
doing it.
That's what I said. Like the third tempo is kind of easy tempo. Like I would like to see them just to compete on other tempos as well because they're much more competitive.
Maybe next year
Maybe
we'll have to put in a petition. They can go real cutthroat with each other here in the final
Ended
game.
up paying off for me, I think.
I think Nick used his airdrop to grab a
I don't think that
card
guy's
on
so
his
bad.
turn.
It's just less flexible than like coin or
Yeah. Sure. He does both sides of the board, which is nice. This is round 4, right?
yeah.
This is
Oh.
actually
Nick, I think Nick has just noticed they
Yeah,
haven't
he
been
did go first,
passing
I
the
think.
first
Oh,
player
yeah,
against.
yeah.
He just said,
You'll wait.
"This is round
Yeah,
4,
you
right?"
Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry. I was like, oh man, I'm going first next. I can't wait. Oh, shit.
So I completely missed that they bought the Serpentine already.
I'll
Not
buy
bad, but
the stone key before people get any ideas.
JC picking up an artifact.
the stone key that's unslotting one of the idols.
Got the stone key.
So one card we replaced in the expansion because the
Really?
expansion is using a new type of idol slots, the blue one that are more powerful. So
you do
this
with the
card then went up
titles and
in price. It costs now 4 if you're playing
It
with
was
the expansion.
too overpowered with the new.
With the new spells, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun fact. Nick was saying he actually helped playtest the expansion,
You are not. You are not.
but hasn't actually played with it since the playtesting.
It's these guys, we're so grateful. We got amazing community of top players to test, like especially the first expansion with expedition leaders. We have our like NCG online testing system, and they logged in over 2,000 games there.
Wow.
So for us as the designers, it was just amazing just to have that amount of data to be able to balance the
Yes.
asymmetry of the leaders.
And then this will be an arrowhead.
Yeah.
I'll just to do it correctly. I'll take all 3. This is a travel symbol, money, and arrowhead.
Using assistance.
Right. Making friends.
Kind of make friends.
Oh, there goes Nick. He said making friends, so he knows the theme. He knows what you're actually doing with those guardians.
I'm done. I will
What's
pass.
the bonus on that one?
JC just passed.
um, 1 coin. Cool. I'm done.
Oh, Nick just taking a coin. Oh, there we go. I think that is the end of round 4, going into round 5. I think as they
Draw one of them.
prep, set themselves up for round 5, we'll take a brief pause to talk to you about our
someone
Game
else.
Theory Tables sponsor. Take it away, Tech Team. So there you go. Cool table.
Last round.
Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, they're set up. Nick's got his cards. Here we can see what did he pull the airplane again?
I think he did.
I think he did too.
really
Is that?
That would be super lucky.
Wow. I never want to play the game against Nick Henning. I tell you what, I have terrible luck.
And I mean, like, it's not only like he needs to do a lot of draw powers to be able to go through the deck consistently. So
Okay, I guess we'll attribute it to skill. Oh, so surprisingly to me, Nick kept his deck actually really tight most of the game, and has just now toward the end of round 4 started to build it out. We're thinking he's got 8 to 9 cards now, but had maybe just 6 for most of the game, which would explain how he would be able to pull it.
yeah.
And I think that was part of his strategy, because if you have a card like the airplane, then you really...
Yeah, maybe you don't want to water down your deck with a bunch of
Exactly.
other cards. You want to pull it every time.
And I guess this is not his usual strategy, right? Like, he shared that he likes to build
Yes.
a big deck with a lot of cards.
Yeah, he said he likes to get points in cards. He doesn't do as much exploring and Guardian friend making.
So Nick is really in good shape here, but if you notice, I think he also used all his idle slots already. The other players didn't.
Oh.
So this is one of its kind of like
He even used that last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So I
he
think that
can't build easily now. Like this is like he needs to precisely plan out all the final
I
turns.
think he really wanted the first spot in the temple. So
Yeah.
that's why he did it.
World's sickest.
Oh, here's playing that airplane.
Your deck was very small.
I think they're talking about how small he kept his deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Exploring a site?
You see, another draw. Does it be able to draw into his full deck maybe again?
Two. Is that 2 coins and a? Is that, oh, there's compass die.
What I believe.
Yeah.
3, 4,
Arrowhead.
6. Thunder. Kagi.
Ooh, here's Antoine moving on up to level 3. Getting rid of a fear card.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay.
It's interesting that he didn't choose to go to one of the explore sides.
But this is also the last level 2 side he can explore. So.
Yeah, so probably. That's fine.
Oh, that
Okay.
4 gold monkey. This is the feared guardian.
I think he will want to go for the artifact, right? The war club.
I mean, it's not as bad in the final round.
If you have a way of obtaining all that gold, you know.
Right. When you were saying at this point in the game, gold is typically not
Not
necessarily the thing you're wanting.
Because yeah, what you can do, like you can still use it to buy planes. For 2 coins, you can always buy a plane. But otherwise, in the offer, there's the machete for 4 coins. It's better to spend 4 coins to get a guardian.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I think too, Anton was hoping for something specific when he pulled out the sight tile. Because he was like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah,
And flipped over. I don't know.
I think he
what he
wanted
was after.
the double arrowhead.
Oh,
double
yeah. Going into this last round here, are you feeling like, do you think you can call who's going to come out on top, or do you think it's still
Really have to say.
anyone's game?
I think like obviously Nick, it looks like Nick is ahead, but Antoine has really like he can still grab all those strong bonuses for his book.
Yes.
Capitalize on that.
Yes.
But they all performed really well. They played so well.
Yeah, for me watching, it's felt like a very tight game.
I can't really see how many guardians each of them overcame.
Yeah, I wonder if we could get a little stat here, if we know how many guardians each player has overcome at this point. It might be when they're doing things like holding them in their hands and keeping them hidden. It might be hard to see. I'm seeing some looks on faces. It's a fun surprise to find out at the end when we do scoring. We'll all find out together. Oh, we have in chat talking about how coins can be good in the last round for picking up items to get some of those extra points. Says once I won by buying lots of items in the last round. I think that's something all these players will probably try to do if they can as well, though now we're mostly artifacts here on the board, of course.
Yeah, it's just one item slot, so it really depends what's there. Like if cheap 1 coin cards coming up, those are really great.
Yeah.
But right now they have 4 coin cards for just 1 coin.
Yeah, maybe
So they can
stick there.
block it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like those assistants.
Do you have 4 guardians all?
All over 4 guardians.
Okay. My turn?
I think actually Nick bought the monkey medallion, which may kind of help him acquire 1 card, so that could kind of unblock the offer.
But then again,
About that.
him knowing that he would unblock it for other
Exactly.
players
He
as
would
well.
have to time it well so that others cannot buy.
Sometimes you really want to prolong your play, because if other players pass before you, then you can do whatever you want. Otherwise, you can just be revealing interesting new information that other players can utilize.
Yes, that's the case with the Pathfinder stuff as well, right? You go away from the other 2 sides and just free it up for other players.
We talk about the All Guardian, and it's here.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh, 3 tablets. Okay, so we've worked together, chat and our crack technical team here. I'm gonna guess that Nick has 3 or 4 guardians, we think. Antoine 2, JC 2. Chat saying only 7's been taken, and I know that maths out to 8, but we'll find out eventually. There's something like that. That's close. That's close.
I'm gonna drive up to this cool looking outbuilding. Nice.
Nick going after that level 2. Getting jewel and tablet.
My turn. Yes. Assistant. Okay, compass. Grab this. Kick it off.
Oh, Antoine going after the
Coins, and we'll trigger
artifact.
The gold, he needs it to defeat the monkey.
Coconut flask. It's a good source of money.
Yes.
Oh, and he tries to peer to get the arrowhead as well because of the assistant situation.
Oh, that was a clever play. I like this. Yeah.
Hello, Smack Dave in chat. This is the final table for Lost Ruins of Arnak. Whoever wins this wins it for this game. They get a ring. They get to go to the semifinals. In the morning, bright and early for all of us, y'all might be sleeping. I wonder, at 8 a.m. Do you think you'll be up?
We are usually up around 3 a.m., so we're fine.
But it's already 5 a.m. for you. It's going to be all... bright and early in the morning, we'll do the ring ceremony to present to the winner of this game.
I don't know what this was for, but I'm pretty sure it's gone.
Oh, such a nice.
And there it is. Direwolf Digital there. Dune and that's the Dune Imperium, of course, because Direwolf Digital. You all knew what I was talking about. That's an example of the ring. That is the one for Dune Imperium. But imagine that, but Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Hard to say who's playing now, right? Everybody's thinking.
I know, we have, it's funny because it was really tense, and then they loosened up, and now that we're in the last round,
Yeah.
they have gone right back to silent card shuffling and heavy sighing. What Nick has left there, he's doing I feel like he does play Magic the way he keeps randomizing his hand. Yeah, if people watching the stream here, if you watch some of the other streams, keep an eye out because you'll see as people start winning these games, and if they make it to another final game, you better believe they're going to be wearing those rings. You're going to see them on their hands. I think it's an intimidation tactic.
I didn't see that.
There's a couple, and I've just noticed people who've won in years past, and they're here wearing their rings. I would too. If I had one, I'd wear that every day.
Alright, this idol is back. So you get 2 tablets. Yeah, I'll need both. Carrier pigeons 2. This one.
Well, there he's
turns into
playing
arrowhead.
playing that favored
There's an arrowhead on
carrier
my
pigeon.
book. I will.
Yeah, we finally see progress with the books on the research track, and
Yes,
there will be
yes.
this will be interesting, I still, because some of the rewards that you get for the research track on the research track for the book, they're quite powerful, and you can still snatch the last bonus tile there.
Ooh,
For 2
yeah.
arrowheads,
Yeah, I'm wondering whether Anton is now going up the research track with his magnifying glass, trying to overtake JC or not.
Because that's a battle on 2 fronts.
Yeah, that really, either one of them could get that second place there at the top of the research track. I was kind of thinking that JC would go for it much more quickly, but he's just pivoted and focused on other things. Use those resources on other.
I think he's waiting. He could do it at any time, so even if Anton now climbs up to the spot he's on.
That's true. He's still one movement ahead of him.
And he has duel, he has combustors on his board, so he's ready. He kind of like waits it out, prioritize other moves.
Probably is. Because he can get more for the book right now. So much thinking going on.
Yes. Everyone mathing, probably doing a lot of mathing out. They're like, okay, here are my 3 options. Which one is going to score me the most points?
Also, Anton still has 1 meeple left.
How many cards you got? 3.
Nice, okay.
Ooh.
It's all mixed.
Oh, yeah, good judge.
Just Antoine there, realizing, oh, this card should have
Yeah,
been
being
discarded,
out.
not
Exactly.
left here in my play area to be reshuffled back in.
a compass. And I'm exiling the airplane. What do you exile?
And also has still the greedy monkey to take care of.
You can exile this if you want.
Nick taking a little bit to decide what he wanted to take, I think.
Okay. Travel. Alright, that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Okay.
Not afraid of the fear.
Yeah, in the last round,
A little bit.
it's not as punishing
go
as
in
you
there, a little
mentioned.
bit
Yeah.
about buying the staff and
I like few cards. This is the difference between two of us.
Yeah.
Me and Rio likes to play a lean deck, and
Well, the last game I played, I had like 7 appear at the end, so not always.
but that's usually my strategy. It's not like I had games where I ended up like 10 appears, in my deck.
and a compass.
10 fear in your deck.
Like,
Woo.
good
And one more
happen.
compass. I'll take that. And a money card. I will buy the staff.
Is that a whole pile? Oh yeah, he's starting to spin it now. I was like, there's a whole pile of compasses on JC's board there, but he's
Oh, I didn't even have
Pathfinder Star being bought. I'm not surprised. It's a very good card that allows you to move to a very interesting place.
Yeah, who cares about this guy?
yeah, it gets you can double up and move and
Yeah,
Still deciding where to go, right?
No, I want to befriend this out.
oh, and it looks like he
Yeah, he's
Oh.
deciding.
okay,
Take one of those
yeah.
back and arrowhead, please.
bringing up the level to side. Oh, this is an interesting artifact as well. In some cases, you can buy it basically for free because there's the decorated horn that just came out there. It costs just 2 compasses, and for example, if you swap your golden assistant, you get another golden assistant which is refreshed. That one can give you 2 compasses. Some of them can do that. For
Oh,
example,
already bought.
Oh yeah, that got snatched up. Oh yeah, there.
otherwise, I think
Yeah, so
Anton would
a free
buy
arrowhead.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And he upgraded that. Oh, because he got it for yeah.
Done? Yep. I'll research it with my book. I'll get a
Alright.
compass. And I'll flip this.
Compass and
I'll flip this guy.
Okay, JC moved up. Got that. That was that last bonus tile that was available on that track. Now, both Nick and JC talked about getting into this game on basically during the pandemic and the ability to play it on Board Game Arena, you know, and using that as the opportunity to really get a lot of plays in. I always wonder how they feel, you know, when you play it more digitally than physically. Now playing in a high pressure situation.
Yeah, if you're used
You know,
to
with the having to do all the upkeep
The upkeep,
yourself
right?
with the physical, you know, it does kind of change the number of rules you need to hold into in your head.
No, there was a very interesting situation with the pandemic going on and us publishing the game, and like the game sold out so quickly, and in that time it was very difficult to do another print run because there were like no, it was the
No
season
paper.
of no paper. I don't know if you remember those
There
years.
was, the supply line issues and
With-
shipping.
Well, yeah, this is the story we'll tell our grandkids. You know, remember back then there was no
We had
paper.
no
We couldn't
paper.
reprint.
Previous generations drew lines on the back of their legs for stockings, and this one we had no paper. We couldn't get our game.
So we decided we really want to allow players to play the game. So
I love that.
So we talked with Adam Spaniel. He is actually part of CGE, and He's the designer of Project L.
Yes.
And so he created the implementation for VGA super quickly.
So good.
And so we were so happy that people can actually play the game, and it's still being played there.
Yes.
It's like
Oh,
amazing.
yes. Thank you for doing that. I personally play a lot of games on BGA and really appreciate everyone who puts their games up there so that they can be just accessible. We see there's a tie as we were chatting there. We've now tied up on the research track between
Yeah.
JC and Antoine.
Final step for the second place.
I wonder if JC will pull the trigger on that now.
Expect no.
I would think so, right?
But looking
Makes
at
sense, but
Antoine's
Antoine-
board, like, if
Antoine can easily get like
slot
bottom
idol,
idol.
but would he slot 2 idols? But one is enough, right? Like, but
Does he have any cards in hand?
Loose glass up.
because if he wants a jewel, he still needs to spend a coin.
oh, there he
Yeah,
goes.
yeah,
Yep, there he goes. I don't think
Not
Antoine
risking
had
it.
what he needed to be able to move up there anyway, but
He
Wow.
could have slotted the idol, and that way
yes,
he
of
would
course,
be able
yeah.
to do it if he has extra coin somewhere.
It's me.
Oh, okay, Nick has passed.
Already, okay.
Okay. This is it.
Whew.
He bought 1 silver temple tile.
Yes, some advantage.
I don't think Nick thinks he's. Nick just looked around and shook his head. I wonder if he thinks he was forced to pass earlier than he wanted to.
Well, he didn't use the coins there.
Oh, another good card came up.
Oof, War Mask. Don't gain fear from the Guardian this round.
The one that came up is the jewel idol.
Oh,
Yeah, it will allow you to research with discount of 1 jewel.
That could
that's a
help Antoine.
great card.
That's-
I want that. If that comes out early in the game, I
Yeah.
think that's probably one that gets
Yeah,
snatched up.
idol of Ara Anu. You may tell a story about Ara.
Not right now.
We're too long for this stream.
Both the money and the gem. I'll research for the book. It's a sweet office space.
Right, JC moving his.
Yeah, getting the 3 compasses.
So I'll get 2 times. Okay, that was not.
Oh, there you go.
The 3
Antoine
artifacts,
using
of
his
course.
idol to move up.
And begin.
Well
There he
played.
goes.
Like, yes.
Perfect.
I'm curious about it. Exile, okay, so that's still useful. That's 1 point. Every single point counts.
Yes, especially in a game at this level, you really gotta eke them out wherever you can get them. Oh, I bet Nick is just. It's gotta be so hard to have passed already and watching everyone else still taking turns and doing things.
So the monkey guardian is still there. I wonder whether Antoine will be able to look at that.
Yeah. Oh, we really got no good artifacts.
I half expected him to buy the artifact
I
to
bet
deal
no
with
key.
It's a 6-point
No
difference.
key's pretty
Well,
sick. Well, I bet the next
Because
one's gonna be amazing.
Guardian is for 5 points. Then you get also, like the bonus, the boon there.
The idol for me.
But also you avoid the fear, so it's a lot there for that. But it's not easy to get 4 coins in this state.
turns the game.
Yeah. These are the ones that are really gonna stretch out. None of them want to admit it's over.
I mean, it doesn't look too confident or happy. He's like,
No, I think he thinks. I do not think Nick thinks he has this game. Who knows what the actual truth is, but
but the plane is still worth 3 points in his deck. Like, we will see.
He could
It will
still
be
win.
close.
yes.
He's losing some points on the book, but and we don't know about the Guardians. But 8 will be tied.
Oh, I see. I totally missed it. But like, I think Anton is not trying to get coins. He's trying to get his book all the way up there
I
and
missed
overcome a
that.
guardian that way.
Oh.
Which is that's a good play. So he just needs to get the resources for the final step,
Does everybody think
and
they lost?
he will end up
So
like
is that our
all the
crazy
way
idea?
up.
Yeah, I think you won. I'm not entirely
It's
sure.
close. I think it's close.
I think it's really close. Yeah. I think our scores all suck and they're really close.
Nick just said. We were talking about, ooh, I don't know, it's close. It could be anyone's game. I don't think. And they're all like, oh no, someone else won. I didn't win. Nick said, I think it's really close. I think our scores all suck, and it's really close. So he thinks they all have very low. They think they have low scores.
Like,
Yes.
nobody managed to buy the golden temple tile, you know. So
Yeah.
And I think it's the situation with the assistants. They
Right.
give them quite late in the game, you know.
So they weren't able to capitalize on those
and that's the
abilities
thing.
for as long.
When you have 3 good players, they kind of keep each other in check. And
Yes.
really.
Yeah, we saw that in
Yeah.
action quite a bit in this game.
I was really
Was
betting on
JC now thinking?
This card might win me the game.
Yeah, I got no damage, so I'm just gonna do that.
Antoine, catching a little bit of what he's saying, he says really betting on something specific
Okay.
coming out.
So it seems he's not able to get the resources to
Uh-huh.
move his notebook.
This is still good.
So he's going for the coins to overcome the guardian. I mean, he would much prefer to move the notebook, but it seems like he wouldn't be able to. He wasn't able to get all the resources he needed.
Yeah. That must be
That's
maybe
close.
that's what he was saying about. I was really counting on the thing coming out that was going to help me get those. Excuse me. The resources I needed. JC picking up an artifact.
Another powerful artifact. Probably too late in the game now. The cursed tablets.
That monkey.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Greedy monkey has
Okay.
been bribed.
This automobile. Brush. What that was? Brush vitality.
Oh, sad.
Pretty absurd flip.
Oh, it's fishing rod, right?
Oh, I got 3 points just
Yeah.
like
So
that.
he just like pulled and then
mean,
amazing.
it is a
Oh,
flip.
that was absurd.
That was a top check, 3 points right there.
All the cards
There we
that were
go.
in there, and that's the one you pulled.
Or that one so fast.
Oh, JC got lucky there.
Good game, everyone.
He wins by 3 points.
That's
Are you scoring or should we?
Oh yeah, let me get the out.
Ooh.
That's great.
All right, I think they're going into scoring.
Control this, but I didn't get it again.
So many heavy sighs happening. They're all like, oh, I couldn't do this. I just couldn't make
see,
this happen.
that's why we're designing games, just to make people happy.
Yeah. Look how happy they all look.
That's three my
Oh.
I also made a
Ooh, I'm stressed out, and I'm just
Yeah.
watching. I don't know what to
All the
think.
second-hand stress.
So,
I know.
research levels for everybody.
In past games,
Starting
you know,
with
that
first
I've
player.
watched
28.
here and
Right.
earlier, the last 2 years of World Series of War Game, and I feel like I was
27.
coming into the end. I'm like, I have an idea of who's got it, and just not sure here.
Tiles gained from the
I think it's
research.
really interesting to see this game being played in tournament setting. It's so exciting. Like, yeah, you can't. Sometimes you can't
Idols.
tell. You know, it's just so many factors.
Also 50.
I'm really curious about the final scores.
The cards in the deck.
Monsters.
will decide.
15.
This is
20.
so close. Okay, 2 of them for
Like items and urns.
20.
Guardians. Nick had 20. The other 2, I think, had 15 for that. But they've been calling out their scores, and they're all like 15, 15, 13. You know, it's very close.
The number of cards there.
You said 17?
13.
13.
9.
You said 9?
I did.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
Nick only
fear.
had 9 points in his deck. That's very different, I think, from what he normally does.
Yeah,
0.
but he utilized the plane to the maximum. I mean, like,
Plus one confirm, so
he got the
Right,
points
so it's
elsewhere.
8. Nothing there, and then then 15, then 15, then 13, then 3. Okay. Yours was 27 for blue. Nothing. Then items for 12, then 15, then 17. You said you were 9, 20.
We're doing math right now.
Idols. Okay, excellent. So downtime for the funness that is math. Double check that. Make sure.
We're double checking math. I'm so anxious. So,
You got it?
Make one. Did it. Show us the final scores.
The first on the track was the difference. The what?
we're talking about being first on the research track making a difference in the score.
Unless I'm bad.
Okay, so
I think Nick thinks they're double doing the math again.
65. 28. So that was 58.
I can't handle it.
71. 60.
So hit one extra guardian. It could have one.
So close.
So curious now.
40, 69, 75.
You're right, yeah.
Oh, Nick is correcting math.
You're correct.
So it's 75, 71,
Yeah.
68.
Okay, so yeah, so the scores are, we have 68, 71, and then 75. Our
Antoine
winners.
had 68, JC had 71, and
Very,
Nick
very
had
close,
75.
very
So close.
That is so
What did you get?
close.
Most of the points came from
And that
him
means that
or-
Nick is
Actually,
the
everywhere.
first
There
triple
wasn't
ring
one that was actually
winner
bigger than all of you
in
guys.
World
It's just
Series
that
of
his point
Wargaming
totals were
history.
from
This is
Well
now his
done,
third
Nick.
final
You
game
guys
that
not
he's
having any
won.
tiles as well as
Oh
Ryan's
boy, I'm
point
like,
here.
woo!
But the other big one in this book as well was the
That was so tense at the end, and what an incredibly there's less than 10 points in that spread at the end there. Oh, and if JC hadn't picked up those 3 points at the end,
Yeah.
then he
would be lost.
and yeah,
They
that
would
would
die,
have.
yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have won him the game, but it would have put him in a different position. Wow. So, what is your takeaway here of these scores? Is this where you thought they'd be? Is it
was
lower?
like this is for the top players.
Mhm.
This is very low.
Yeah,
Actually, like-
that's what they were saying. We've got very low scores.
But it was because it was exciting game.
Yes,
They
it
really blocked
was.
other players. You know,
Mhm.
they play into the opponent's weaknesses. It was
Mhm.
amazing to see.
It really was, and the change in strategy, I think they all took because of the assistance that sat out at the start, and that they just held off on taking.
That's one thing. Like you can't just kind of like go into the game with some strategy. You really need to be tactical. You need to see the opportunity and use it in the game. So, and that's why they are the best. They knew how
Yeah.
to do it well.
Incredible gameplay. Go check this out for yourself on Board Game Arena if you haven't yet. Y'all, it's there. Now, you're not going to play like them probably, but maybe you will. And if you do, you can come here next year and compete at the World Series of Board Gaming. Again, there is a sale happening right now for tickets for next year. Check that out. Thank you so much for watching this live stream of the ring game, the final game in the Lost Ruins of Arnak tournament here at WSBG 2024. That's the year. We got more games coming up. I think 8 more happening for the rest of the week, and eventually one person to be crowned the ultimate winner of this year, winning $25,000. Stay tuned. It's going to keep being exciting. I'm Paula. Thank you, Min and Ellen, for being here
It
and
was exciting.
watching this game with me. It's been incredible.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Huge thanks to our tech team, and we'll see you tomorrow for more final games.